Well, hello everybody. This is a beautiful fall day here at Little Portion Hermitage and Monastery. The wind is blowing. I hope it's not making too much noise on the microphone. But, wow, what a great feast day. The feast of St. John Paul II, Pope. And I had the opportunity to sing at the papal mass, or the papal events at World Youth Day in Denver, and especially in Toronto, 800,000 people. I sang "Holy is His Name," and he said, "Magnifico." I said, "That's it. I can die and go to heaven now." You know, the successor to St. Peter and the Vicar of Christ on the face of the earth has said that about my song. How wonderful! So it was wonderful. But, you know, the neatest thing we ever had was a private mass, which means you're with about 25 other people. And we were in his private chapel in Rome, Mother Viola and myself, and Dan O'Neill, founder of Mercy Corps. And, you know, we went to this private mass, and at the beginning of the mass, he prayed in silence for 10 minutes. Then we came to the gospel and the homily, and I thought, wow, we get to hear the Pope preach for a small group. 10 minutes of silence. Then the Mass went on, and we got to communion, and 10 more minutes of silence. So, and at the prayers of the faithful, 10 minutes of silence. There was 40 minutes of silence during this liturgy. 40 minutes of silence. Well, I'm going to turn so maybe the wind won't get the microphone so bad. Can you imagine during a mass, during a divine liturgy? It was intense. It was like the weight of the world was upon this Holy Father's shoulders. And of course, they were going upon the shoulders of Jesus. But he was aware of all that was going on in the world while he was praying. And, you know, the Church Universal, he was aware of the Church Universal. So he had a special awareness, didn't he? In a way that I didn't have, that a local bishop doesn't have, you know, but the Bishop of Rome does have. So it was very, very intense. And then later, of course, we met him, and he came to us eventually. And a very neat thing, you know, we told him about our community, and he said, "God bless your new community." And I thought, wow, that's cool. He gave us a rosary, white beads, silver chain, you know. And then when we got back home, we opened them up, the chain had turned to gold. Surely this man was a saint. And when you looked into his eyes, you had the sense he was looking into your soul. I only had that experience with one other person, and that was Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who, of course, is now Saint Teresa of Calcutta. So it was a privilege to meet this saint up close and personal. I might add that every time we went to Rome, 5 times, and we would be in a crowd, and he would always walk up to Viola, Mother Viola, and he would grab her by the hands and look into her eyes, and he wouldn't let go, and he would just gaze at her, and she would gaze at him. And I got to tell you, his handlers would have to move him on. "Come on, Holy Father, we got to go." And he wouldn't let go. He'd just look, intense, smile on his face, smile on her face. These were 2 saints looking at one another. I love you guys. Remember, all things are possible with God.